It's not just another day in your life. Things are changing for the better. At Comcast, we see those changes, and we're thinking about how we use technology today to live, work, learn, and play. And we're building for the future now, so we're better prepared for the wants and needs of tomorrow. That's why Comcast is rolling out multi-gig internet speeds to more than 50 million homes and businesses before the end of 2025, making our already industry-leading network even faster, smarter, greener, and more reliable. Over the decades, Comcast has been your partner, working hard to serve your community, and will continue to be your partner. We're expanding our gigabits, so you can enjoy the tiny bits that matter most.
I'm Brandon Jones, host of the Teen Mental Health podcast, It Is Not Your Fault.
And I'm Lambert Fisher, family therapist and host of the Diversity Dude podcast.
We're not always going to be all right, and that's what makes us human. Often, when we're in pain or even thinking of suicide, we may not want others to know, but you'll feel better if you talk to someone. And you can do that safely and anonymously.
We can recognize when loved ones are not okay. They bottle up, they isolate, they're angry.
That's why we want you to know about 988, Minnesota Lifeline, for someone you're worried about or even yourself.
Anyone with an emotional or mental health related need can call, chat, or text 988 for free, confidential support. You can connect with 988 to discuss difficulty with money, relationships, anxiety, your job, concerns about drug or alcohol use, grief support, figuring out your identity, and more.
You don't even have to identify yourself or the person you're calling about, and no insurance is needed.
988 is available 24/7 year-round and can interpret in more than 200 languages.
So take a brave step. Call or text 988.
Or chat at 988lifeline.org. You don't have to do this alone.
Finally tired of doing the same things over and over again, expecting different results? Well, this show is going to help you change your life for the better. Strap on your seatbelt and navigate this roller coaster we call life with human potential expert and best-selling author Dr. Verna Price. Each week, Dr. Verna blesses you with her virtues to live your best life so you can be the best you that you can be.
Welcome back to Dr. Verna's Virtues. I'm Dr. Verna Cornelia Price. For those who are brand new, it's great to have you. For those of you who come back every week and listen every week, thank you so much. I appreciate you. I love you. And just please keep listening and tell your family and friends to do the same. I'm trying to do a much better job of posting my podcast on my social media sites so people know when there's a new one. So let's go ahead and start with our affirmation. This is your birthright affirmation. When I was born valuable. Remember that word. I was born important. Remember that word. I was born lovable. And I was born extremely powerful. And I have enough power in my life right now to change my life today, right now. Many, many years ago, when I was first starting my consulting work, I did a conference, and the conference was called Reignite the Fire in You. And I did this conference for a number of reasons. One is because I believe that we all have a fire shut up in our bones, right? We've got something in us that God has given us for humanity. And when we tap into that fire, things happen in our lives. But I realized that for some people, their fire was gone and their soul was tired. And so what I did was I created this whole conference. It was a whole day conference called Ignite the Fire in You. And some of you may still remember CDs. And I created a CD called Ignite the Fire in You. That was actually the session. So as I thought about that today, I think about so many of us who may be feeling tired. You feel tired in your bones. You feel tired in your soul. Things aren't going like you thought they were going to go. Things are a little bit tougher, right? Those partnerships or those projects that you want to be working on, maybe you're not working on right now. Your energy isn't as high. Your joy isn't as much. In other words, the fire in you is getting low. And what I want you to do is to ignite the fire in you. You were all born for such a time as this. You were born with something for humanity. You were born to give. And a lot of times we put our own fire out because we're just focusing on ourselves. But the truth of the matter is that the only reason for you to focus on yourself is for you to get better. And for you to get better, that might mean for you, it might mean getting healthier. It might mean working on your mind, getting your mental health together. It might mean working on your heart, getting your emotional self together. It might mean forgiving some people. It might mean getting over and moving beyond that traumatic past. Whatever it, for you, for some of you, you have totally turned your back on God. It might mean you going back to your creator and saying, you know what, please forgive me. I need some help. I need supernatural help to move myself forward. You've got to ignite your fire again. Because when you ignite your fire, in other words, you ignite your passion for life, your passion for making change, your passion for making a difference in this world. Because why are you here anyway? Why are you here? That's a big question. And I can tell you why you're here. You're here because you have something to offer humanity. I need something from you. The world needs something from you. That's why you're here. And when you start doing that something, whatever it is, I can tell you, the fire in you just blazes and you become so passionate, you become so energetic, and you know what? You also find new levels of joy. You also find new levels of peace for your life. Why? Because your fire has been lit again. So I want to just give you a few things to reignite the fire in you. The first thing to do is to just simply ask yourself the question, are you taking care of yourself? Just basic things. Are you taking care of yourself? Are you eating well? Are you exercising? Are you sleeping well? Are you taking care of your body? Secondly, are you taking care of your mind? Are you watching what you're thinking? Are you watching what you are looking at? What are you watching on television? What are you scrolling your phone? What are you looking at? Are the things that you are looking at helping you, or are the things you are looking at hurting you? And then your time. Where are you using your time these days? Are you using your time for the things that you love to do? You enjoy doing things you're passionate about? And are you using your time to just, be with people who really have nothing for you at all? Nothing, no thing, are not helping you at all? Or are you just kind of spinning your wheels on projects that you're not good at, you've never been good at, you won't be good at, you can't find success there? Or are you busy focusing on your past and complaining about what didn't happen, what should have happened? Let go of those things. Let go of all of them, and you start focusing on who are you? You start focusing on managing your time, and you start focusing on getting back to the things you're passionate about. So the first thing is just you. The second thing is I want you to go back and reassess, what do you thoroughly enjoy doing? When you laughed, what did you laugh about? When you loved, what did you love about? When you had lots of energy, what did you have energy about? When you felt successful, what did you feel successful doing? I want you to go back and reassess and find that thing again, whatever it is. Find those things in your life that bring you joy, that bring you peace, that makes you laugh, that makes you want to, forget the clock and keep working on it. Whatever that is, I want you to find your passion point again, whatever that may be for you. And it's all different. It's different for all of us. Just a little note, okay? You cannot compare what you're passionate about with someone else. You cannot. You simply have to do what it is that brings you joy. And then the third thing I want you to do is to get to work on it. Get to work on it. You've been wasting a lot of time and a lot of energy. And I can tell you, most of you have been wasting time and energy with the wrong people. If you've been wasting time and energy, my Power of People book. I always bring this book up because subtractors and dividers will take it out of you. They will take your energy, they will take your time, they will take your resources. And I want you to make sure that you are like literally cutting off those people who are taking your energy and are taking your time, who you are giving your positive energy to, your time and your resource. It's time to just cut those off. And I want you to get to work. Number 3, and reigniting the passion in you is get to work. Get to working on those things that you enjoy doing. Get to working on those things that bring you joy and peace. Get to working on those things that make you feel like, you know what? I am successful. And I want you to, because some of you have forgotten, I want you to just remember, right? I walked out of my door today, in my office, and I actually walked out because there were a couple of people there literally kind of blocking the doorway into my office. It's like a little pathway you have to come in, and they were kind of sitting in front of my door, and I'm like, listen, you can't be there, you have to move. And as I'm talking, up walks this young man, and he says to me, remember me? I was your student. You were my professor. You were my teacher at the university. Remember when I was your student? And I looked at him. Of course, he's all grown up. He's a grown man, doing a grown life. And I looked at him, and I remember his face. And sure enough, he said, I'm such and such and such. And I said, oh my goodness. And then of course he went on to explain that, he follows me on social media, and he learned so much from my class, and now he's, having a successful life. And it was a point where I remembered, yes, I love teaching. I love teaching students. I love teaching people. I love seeing people succeed. My goal and mission, my passion point is empowering people to become their most excellent self. This is what this work is about. When God created you, God didn't create you just to be like mediocre and okay, like just exist. No. You were created for something amazing. You were created to do something amazing. You were created to leave your footprints, your fingerprints of greatness in this earth. That's why you were created. You were created because you have a passion point. There is something in you that creates fire for you, and that you actually know, this is how I'm supposed to impact the world. So take a minute and remember. And then, you know what? Reignite that fire in you. I cannot wait to hear about it. Send me an email. Go to my website, drvernaprice.com. Send me a note. I'd love to hear from you. For those of you who don't know, I have 4 books. Go on my Shopify site, powerlessonsforlife.com. Get your information. This is my newest book, Power Lessons for Life, a lovely book, but you have to start with the Power of People book. Get that book and read it and put it into your life. And I'm just so ready to hear your story, right? Tell me your passion point story. Tell me how you found your fire again, and I'll rejoice with you. All right, let's go ahead and finish up with the affirmation. When I was born valuable. You are valuable to this earth. You are valuable to me and to the world. I was born important. You are needed in this world. I was born lovable. You are loved. People love the passion in you. They love that energy. They love seeing you with joy and peace. They love it. But you were born lovable, and you were born extremely powerful, and no one and nothing can ever change that, but you can put your fire out. I want you to find your fire again. All right? Okay, we'll see you next time. Bye.
Get caught up on previous episodes of Dr. Verna's Virtues at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com.
You know Shaletta makes you laugh, but did you know Shaletta Brundage can also make you think and boost your business? Media personality, activist, and comedian Shaletta Brundage founded Shaletta Makes Me Laugh to celebrate and share the best of Black culture. It's a podcasting platform. You can download 10 weekly podcasts hosted by African-American subject experts at ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com is also a production house, creating broadcast-quality commercial content. And Shaletta and her team of storytellers create powerful promotional campaigns to get businesses the brand awareness they're looking for. Some of Minnesota's top businesses trust Shaletta, and you can too. Get out the word about your events and products and get in front of communities of color with ShalettaMakesMeLaugh.com. She's got the power to help your business.
Mark your calendar for October 17th. That's Open House Day at Summit Academy OIC. And that's where your next career begins. In just 20 weeks, Summit Academy can prepare you to be a medical administrative assistant, IT specialist, carpenter, electrician, or financial services professional. These are good paying jobs in high demand in the Twin Cities. Summit Academy will not only prepare you for a job with advancement opportunities, they'll help you connect with employers and hiring managers. That's right, Summit Academy has a list of local employer partners ready and eager to hire Summit graduates. At the open house, you'll meet Summit instructors and staff. These incredible people will guide you through the entire process, from application to graduation. And if you're looking to earn your GED, Summit can help with that. Come to Summit Academy's open house, located at 935 Olson Memorial Highway in North Minneapolis. Find out more at saoic.org. And we'll see you October 17th from 3 to 5 p.m.
Are you the parent or guardian of an adult with autism? If your loved one has no restrictions through court order, then they are eligible to vote. And you can assist them in many ways. Some citizens with autism don't like unfamiliar places and activities. These voters might prefer to cast their ballot at an early voting center. Leading up to Election Day, these early voting centers are less busy and less likely to require waiting. Early voting centers are open all over Minnesota, and you can vote there right now. Or you can request an absentee ballot to vote by mail. That's right. Eligible voters can cast their ballots without ever leaving home. On Election Day, curbside voting is another option to make voting easy and comfortable. Election judges will bring a ballot directly to the vehicle with a person with a disability. Make a plan to support and assist your loved one with autism this election season, so they can participate and exercise their precious right to vote. You can find out more at mmvotes.gov. That's mmvotes.gov.
I'm Brandon Jones, host of the Teen Mental Health Podcast, It Is Not Your Fault.
And I'm Lambert Fisher, family therapist and host of the Diversity Dude podcast.
We're not always going to be all right, and that's what makes us human. Often, when we're in pain or even thinking of suicide, we may not want others to know, but you'll feel better if you talk to someone, and you can do that safely and anonymously.
We can recognize when loved ones are not okay. They bottle up, they isolate, they're angry.
That's why we want you to know about 988 Minnesota Lifeline for someone you're worried about or even yourself.
Anyone with an emotional or mental health related need can call, chat, or text 988 for free, confidential support. You can connect with 988 to discuss difficulty with money, relationships, anxiety, your job, concerns about drug or alcohol use, grief support, figuring out your identity, and more.
You don't even have to identify yourself or the person you're calling about, and no insurance is needed.
988 is available 24/7 year-round and can interpret in more than 200 languages.
So take a brave step. Call or text 988.
Or chat at 988lifeline.org. You don't have to do this alone.
If you live in an older home, it may contain lead-based paint on walls, woodwork, and windows. Even more bad news, lead exposure can be dangerous to young children and impact their brain development. And now, the good news. Hennepin County will fix lead hazards in your home at no cost to you.
We were worried because of the paint in the windows in the bedroom. They were peeling and chipping, and we know that when paint peels and chips and it looks a certain way, that's possibly lead. We were worried for our children more so than anything.
Eligible homes can qualify for up to $15,000 in upgrades. You may even qualify for new energy-efficient windows. Don't worry, Hennepin County has a trusted list of pre-approved contractors. You won't even have to find companies with correct licenses or certifications.
I've just done a test and it's positive. So we know that this is lead-based paint, and then we know it's a hazard because it's creating dust every time this window moves and opens. And if you look in here, that's just full of lead paint chips.
You won't have to stay with your cousin while you're getting the lead out. Hennepin County even pays for you and your family to stay in a hotel while the work is underway. The last good news is how easy it is to apply. Just go to hennepin.us/lead control to get started.
I'm really happy with the program. We can go to bed knowing that our children are safe.
That's hennepin.us/lead control. Tell your friends about it.